Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. Can we do the thing where I spin? There we go. You have to really swing the circle pad around real fast if you want that to happen. Anyway, last time we gradually fought our way, if I can view the map. Where is the map? I'll just use the fly menu. We gradually fought our way across the Pony Plains and on towards the Pony Coast and on towards the Pony Gauntlet. That kind of happened without any real, like, intent. I just kind of wandered around until I was pretty sure I found all the stuff in it. And today we're going to head on to the Battle Tree. And I do want to do the Battle Tree stuff. I do want to, there seems to be plot happening. I do want to, like, go through the Battle Tree in this Let's Play eventually. But that's probably not going to be now. Were you guys here in original Sun and Moon? I do not remember you. You're a Drago, right? That is definitely not me. Never heard of the guy. Sounds like a loser. Who would name themselves after a Pokemon, honestly? Oh, really? Look, maybe you can fool Red with that kind of act, but not me. He moved his mouth, but no sound came out. Name's Blue. This guy's Red. Nice to meet you, and hey, congrats to you on becoming champion of Alola. We were both champions of the Kanto region in our own days. Nice to meet a fellow champ, yeah? What do you say, Red? Just open the mouth and close it without any sound coming out. Still as silent as ever, eh? Look, I'm a trainer. So if I see another strong trainer, I'm just gonna want to fight them. So how about a battle? Which one of us will you choose? Okay, so do I fight Red or Blue? Going off the top of my head, Red's canonical team is the 3 Kanto starters, so Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, Pikachu, and I think he's had a couple different, like, 5 and 6 options. I think Lapras and Snorlax are the ones he had in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I don't know if he's got others on his canonical team or not. And Blue, I don't know what Blue's got. I'm gonna fight Blue. Alright, so, you get it. Here, I'll heal your Pokemon for you. Wait, did I just heal with items at the end of the last recording? Was that just a complete waste of items? Here I go. Alright then. So, I don't know, I don't know if I would have healed with items at the end of the last video because I didn't expect there to be any more fights before getting to the Battle Tree. But anyway, we're gonna fight Pokemon Trainer Blue. Alright, so you're gonna send in Alakazam. And, I'm gonna send in Birdbrain. Okay, so I think I've got the better matchup here. I'm gonna send out Rocks because I like to send out Rocks, and then after that, I guess I'm just gonna use, alright, Reflect, fine. And then after that, I'll just use Light Screen. So I'm gonna get to kill at least one, probably 2 or 3 turns on the Reflect, with the just playing with Night Slash and with you not being able to really do much damage to me because you're a Psychic type and I don't think, maybe you've got Focus Blast, I guess. You foresaw a Future Sight attack. I'm not sure what the utility in that is. Anyway, that is how much damage Night Slash would have done if it was either a neutral hit or if it didn't get the... Oh no, I'm thinking of Payback. So if Night Slash was a neutral hit, yeah. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Maybe I'll get lucky with a critical hit, but I'm not counting on it. Psychic did a little more than half. Is the Future Sight gonna land on the end of this turn? I think it probably is. It is actually not. So you know what we can do is I can switch into Pico over here, and Pico can just not take any damage from that. Because Future Sight does do types damage. I think that started in Gen 4. Or was Future Sight typeless in Gen 4 and it became typed in Gen 5? Did you just use Shadow Ball on me? Good job. Alright, so Future Sight is not going to affect me. And, let me see. What do I actually want to do about this? Because I think you can probably hurt... You can definitely hurt Fusroda. You can probably hurt me. I'd be surprised if you don't have... Focus Blast, but I'm starting to believe that maybe you don't because you haven't used it yet, and you would have think that that would have been the best move to use on a Skarmory. So let's go and use Leech Life. Shadow Ball, yeah, you're using Shadow Ball. Seems like Shadow Ball is your best move that you can use against Pico. So you're kind of just a useless member of Blue's team right here, and somehow that didn't do enough to take you down. Alright, so, oh, Reflect, yeah, that would be why. I'm gonna do that again, and you're gonna use Reflect again. Is Blue gonna heal at any point? I wish I had a priority move, besides Extreme Speed. Anyway, I'm gonna get like 2 HP back from that. 3 HP back from that. Alright, 50% more. And Alakazam is going down. So that was a giant stall match. I hope the rest of this fight is a little bit faster. Pico is growing to level 59, 199 total HP. Birdbrain is not growing to level 59, and you're sending in Machamp. Alright. I don't know what I want to do about that. Strinbakro is going to resist fighting. I don't know if this is going to be a no-guard or a Guts Machamp. Oh, I don't have Thunder Wave. Does anybody have a... No, nobody has a, like a status move besides Birdbrain and Toxic. Alright, so let's go and just, we're going to switch it to Strinbakro because I think she's the best option here. Alright, so Machamp, I remember this thing giving me all kinds of trouble in his gym in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Cross Chop, so you are a Guts Machamp, so no guard here, good sir, which is good, because that means that I can mess with you. You're going to use Bulk Up, I am also going to... Are you faster than a... Wow, Strinbakro, I don't remember what your speed IV is, but it can't possibly be very good if you're going to be outsped by a Machamp. Oh, you know what? This thing is level 69. Wow, I was thinking you were going to be like level 60, so you got almost 10 levels on me. So, I don't know what Machamp is planning on doing to me with a +1, a knockoff. Okay, that is going to be Silk Scarf. By Silk Scarf, I'm going to go use Fly, and Fly is going to go and do super effective damage to this thing on the next turn. You're going to use Bulk Up again, so we're kind of back to square one. I'm at +2 attack, you're at +2 defense. Reflect is wearing off, so I guess that's a decent stall tactic as any, but that is almost going to take down the Machamp. Alright, well, Alright, so that did not end the way that I hoped that it would. What else? So, knock off, cross chop, poison jab. Let's see, Gon Lahas, can you do anything here? I forget what item I have. I think it's the Expert Belt. Just Giga Drain, get 1 HP back. Alright, you're gonna cross chop. Let's see if I can survive that from 11 levels down. No? Is this gonna be a problem? Nobody on my team is, like, fast. Fusroda? Let me see. I mean, I guess I could use Payback. I'm gonna go second anyway. I should have enough bulk to be able to swallow one of these. And I do not have enough bulk to be able to swallow one of those. Okay. Is that it? Was I able to take down one of his Pokemon? Look, Vakor, you're not as bulky, but if... I feel like if, Fusroda wasn't able to stand up to a cross trap from a Machamp, probably nobody on my team is, except maybe Skarmory. How many power points is Cross Chop? Is it 5? Can I just stall out Cross Chops? Pico, you're definitely not going to live this. At this point, I'm curious. If I just, like, wipe out, can I, Alright, finally, we avoided the attack. If I just, like, wipe out here, do I get a second chance at fighting these, or am I gonna just have to reset the game? It's not a big deal if I reset the game at this point, because, like, I just started recording. Woo. Let's see what we can do. I was not expecting this, and I think I should probably have about 5 more levels before I even think about it. Maybe we'll just put this on hold for a while and go do Rainbow Rocket stuff. Arcanine, yeah, that is not gonna really... I'm not doing much here against a Steel type. Fly. Never mind. I don't know how I didn't notice what level you guys were, like, until, like, 10 minutes into the fight. I guess I'm just used to things that I fight in this game not being that threatening regardless. But, alright, except for the... Lusamine is probably the only one who really legitimately gave me trouble for reasons other than that, like, I was running around with a bunch of 1-stage evolutions against a team of, like, 3-stage evolutions. But we're gonna pretend that, Darkest Lariat's gonna do something here. Flare Blitz. I mean, it's not very effective. I guess that was probably the best that anybody on my team is gonna take a hit from anything on Blue's team. All right, so good game, Blue. I will be back. I'm just gonna see if we. I suspect after this, I just want to see what happens if we lose. But I suspect after this, oh, there's no scene if we lose. I don't know if we're gonna be able to refight them later. Let me see if I go back there, if he's gonna still be there, or if I'm gonna have to reset the game if I want to do that fight for real. Alright, you know what? I didn't feel like doing that. We're just gonna go and do Rainbow Rocket stuff. So where do I actually have to go for Rainbow Rocket stuff? I think that was the Ether Paradise. So if I fly off in, not that direction, but if I fly off in this direction, can I just, like, run up to the mansion and do Rainbow Rocket stuff? So, let's see. Is it just gonna be, like, a gauntlet? Am I gonna have to, like, fight Giovanni, or I don't know exactly how far this goes. It's on the box art of the game. Like one of the gameplay screenshots on the back is like Team Rainbow Rocket, so I assume that it's not trivial, not like a. There's going to be more to it than what we saw already, but I don't know how long exactly this goes. Anyway, we got Wika and Lily's just having a chat over here. Everything is a mess. Mother and Ether Paradise. It's all gone wrong. Alright, what's going on over here? I'm sorry, I'm just so worried. It's good to see you again, Drago. Please let me explain the situation. As you may know, the president called a press conference that addressed the black clouds that engulfed Pony Island, but an ultra wormhole suddenly opened and a mysterious force took over her mansion. The culprits themselves, Team Rainbow Rocket. I've heard of Team Rocket before when I was in the Kanto region. They were an underground criminal organization that used Pokémon for their activities. I think this organization has come to Alola now. You think, huh? Alright. And Mother... Wike says that Mother has been taken captive by this Team Rainbow Rocket. Interesting. I'm trying to come up with as many ways to save the president as possible, but to be honest, the situation isn't good. The enemy is too powerful, and on top of that, we don't even know why they're interested in the Aether Foundation. My 3DS battery light turned red. I'm gonna go find my charger. Here's my charger. Something in the power outlet I'm gonna have to unplug. Or the power strip, to be more precise. And we are gonna plug in. I've replaced the battery on my various 3DSs multiple times, and I kind of feel like it's probably time to replace this one again too, because it's not like I can generally get through a recording session on a full charge, but it should probably be giving me like 6 to 8 hours of battery life for a 3DS game, and this 3DS game doesn't even use the actual 3D feature. I have that switch turned off, and it's getting me like probably 3 before the light turns red, which means that it's probably starting to run low on the charge cycle lifespan of this battery, and it might be time for a new one. Anyway, we aren't strong enough on our own. I know this is a lot to ask, but could you lend us your strength, Drago? Alright, so it's all yours. I'm gonna be positive about this. Alright, thank you so much. I feel so much better knowing you're on our side. There's a swarm of Team Rocket grunts ahead. Take this, you might need it. That is a big Malasada. Alright, you seem to give those at me whenever you see me. I feel like that's not the first time you've given me one of those. Let me see. Like, I don't actually know how old this battery is. I don't know how long it's been since I replaced it. This is not a console that I really take on the go with me anymore, having a capture unit inside, and like if I, God forbid, get in a car accident or something, I'd rather nothing happen to my 3DS recording unit, because it could be fairly difficult to replace. But, as far as I'm concerned, it could just be like a home console that's just plugged in all the time, so it might not really be worth replacing, but it's just something to think about. Anyone who gets in our way must be destroyed. Wait, are we gonna fight? You sounded like you were threatening me, but you didn't actually fight me. Alright, you suck, sir. How about, who do I have? I still have Berberin out front, right? Okay, so my team is healed fully. I did start Select L&R, and I see that I'm low on some power points, but not on others. But I should have plenty to get through. I don't know how long this is going to be again. I kind of feel like it's going to be a gauntlet, but I don't know if that's going to be like 10 battles or like 30 battles, the way that old Pokemon games sometimes were. So we're going to go and take care of you. And I'm going to talk through this one just because I want to see what it's like. Again, I really like that battle intro. Alright. So, Primeape is leading on. That's at least a little bit more interesting than like a Zubat or whatever I was fighting back in the last area. You happen to be weak to flying, so you're going to use Screech to lower my defense from very high to just merely high. And I'm going to go and take to the skies. I don't know, you're level 61, that's a little bit higher than I am right now, but having, you know, gone through the game, picked up effort values, that kind of thing, I feel like 61 shouldn't be too strong, too difficult to deal with. We did indeed take that primate down in one hit. Alright, so unfortunately I can't, since the camera angle is very, very high right now, I can't see how many people are in front of me, but I'm just going to assume that there's going to be a couple. Alright, that took a little while because Spurbrain is not a very offensive Pokemon. Alright, so let's step through this. That was 4 trainers, I believe, on that road there. That honestly looks pretty cool. I think once we drive out the invaders, you should just keep the decorations like that, Lily. That looks pretty neat. Anyway, is this also because of that ultra wormhole that Wike was talking about? Stop right there. What is it now? Haven't you caused enough trouble, Mr. Faba? What are you doing here? I strongly suggest you abandon your efforts to thwart Team Rainbow Rocket. What do you mean by that? If Team Rainbow Rocket takes over the Aether Paradise, the organization will grow far beyond where we are today, and more Pokemon will be saved. Alright, you keep telling yourself that. How about you just go sit over in the corner and let the adults deal with this. And if I can assist in doing so, no doubt my career will reach new heights. Such a wonderful thought, wouldn't you agree? This feels like one of those, like, parodies of the evil adults in the room that you would see in, like, children's cartoons, except that, like, AI corporations and whatnot are actually basically just doing that now, so it's not even parody anymore. Modern life is stupid. Where were we? So he's rambling. I'm not really listening because he talks far too much and I just stopped caring. Alright, how could you? Yeah, what she said. The Aether Foundation is not just some tool for you to use to move up in the world. You have to take this Team Rainbow Rocket stop. You have to make this Team Rainbow Rocket stop all this at once. Alright, Faba, still not listening, still don't care. You're just kind of a pain and boring and not that interesting. Traveling with Drago has changed me too. I'll show you my full power. Alright, so you've set her off. Good job. As you will. Alright, so are we gonna go and actually fight you now, or are you just gonna... Okay, we're gonna... Oh, is Lily actually gonna fight now? Wait. I didn't think she was serious. Let's see what this is about. Alright, Branch Chief Faba and hello, my name is without anything written on your name tag. So you're gonna send in Claydol and a Grand Ball, alright, and is Lily actually gonna be fighting here? It looks like she is. Clefairy, that's neat, alright. I guess you technically don't have Cosmog anymore because Cosmog is now in my possession. Is it? I know you wanted to give it to me, but I don't remember if you were actually gonna do that without me having a free space in my party, so that you might not have. But let's see. We're fighting 6, so I guess I'll just go toss out the rocks. I'm surprised the game is not lagging harder right now. With 2-on-2, a double battle with, like, all 4 of the trainers, like, being thrown on the battlefield, that usually makes the game harder. I don't know if this battle scene is just, like, the background is just less expensive than the background of, like, Route 11 or random other areas in the game. Oh, thanks, that helps. Let's see. Like, it's not, I don't think this is really holding... I feel like I'm still seeing dips into the 20s, but it's not like single-digit frame rates, the way that some of the other fights have been. Anyway, let me go and, Pico. Yeah, we're gonna throw on Pico. Use that amulet coin, get some free lunch money. Some boosted lunch money, rather. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it at this point. I usually go around the land buying all... buying all the TMs from the TM vendors and whatnot that I haven't already, but, like, aside from that, I guess I'll see how much of the apparel shops I can buy out, because that's sometimes occasionally fun. Alright. So you're gonna Moonblast, and that's gonna probably not do very much. Alright, that's like an 11-hit KO right there. I think, how about, let's, Darkest Lariat, that'll be super effective on Claydol. So will Leech Life. Leech Life will be, not stab, but also a draining move. Let's go and take aim at the Claydol. Okay, Earth Power did a little bit more than half. Maybe I should have used Leech Life, get some of that back. Alright, and that is just barely not gonna be a 2-hit KO. Alright, that was a critical hit on Pico. That did, like, nothing. I think I should survive another Earth Power. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I don't really want to take chances. Let's just go U-turn on out. Alright, you're gonna do another Earth Power. I feel like I should survive this with like 2 HP. 7 HP. Okay. We are gonna go and turn on out of here. And... see, this is hard because you're a fairy type, and like most of my team is not really gonna stack up well against fairies. Let's go use Bird Brain. Bring Bird Brain back. Night Slash will take care of Claydol. And, I was did I actually get intimidated by Gramble? I just assumed I did. Which is why I just left after the Stealth Rocks. Oh, you're targeting Claydol now. That still didn't do anything. I mean, you are a Clefairy, not a Clefable, so... that's not really, probably not going to really do much in fight here, although I am surprised you haven't taken more damage. I guess the Snarl is, like, not... that is a resisted hit, being a, fairy type, right? A dark type attack. So I guess there is that, but you've, done fairly well, all things considered, just taking as many of those as you have. So the Reflect wore off. You're gonna send in Hypno. Okay, so I think I've got an idea. Is Faber gonna be specializing in Psychic types? I can't remember if that's what he was doing. But I'm gonna go Poison Granbull. And I'm gonna avoid being put to sleep, thank you. Yeah, there the frame rate went down. Those particle effects from that toxic move just, a little too much. I'm sure this would have been way worse on the original, 3DS.
We're gonna go and have our special attack drop. That doesn't really matter. I don't really plan on using any of those. That's probably also why Clefairy is doing as little as she is. But anyway, I'm gonna go keep using Night Slash on the Psychic types. And you're going to try to put me to sleep. Alright, this is gonna take a very long time. I'm probably gonna speed up this fight by like 50% or something, and I'm gonna go all funny, just because I want to talk through this one, but I also don't want it to take 20 minutes. And I don't want to risk throwing out the main chunk of my Dragon Mono type team against a Fairy type. Let's see. This will wear off eventually. You're gonna abuse Sleep Clause and put both of us to sleep. That's really cool, mister. I'm glad that you're doing this. Sooner or later, you're gonna run out of Snarl power points. What does Lily have besides this, by the way? I hope Lily has something besides this. Because if she doesn't, if Clefairy goes down and I'm now, like, 2-on-1 for the rest of the fight, that might be a little bit of an uphill fight. Alright, Dream Eater. That's going to target Clefairy, and Clefairy is finally going to go down. That's going to heal off the rocks damage. We're going to wake up, we're going to use Night Slash, and that did a lot less than I hoped it would. Alright. So, Lily, please tell me you have another Pokemon to send in. You do not. Alright, that's great. Well, Granbull is going down on the next turn. Hypno, if you could, like, miss Focus Blast. Where did that come from, and why did it not come out sooner? Alright, well, Birdbrain's not gonna get any levels from this fight. Levels from this fight, I'm sorry to say. So, I guess Pika's gonna get all this. From Granbull. Going to level 59. And who do I want to send in next? How about Gunlaha, someone who doesn't have a 4x weakness to Fairy, should another Fairy type come in. Alright, you're close to a level 2. Alright, Scrafty, that is not a Fairy type, which is good. You're gonna take some rocks damage, and my attack is gonna go down. That is a little inconvenient, but I think what is gonna happen is I'm gonna use a special attack on Hypno, and I'm gonna try and finish off Hypno, and you're gonna... I hate you. Alright, so I hope you guys like the sound of my voice sped up by 50%, because it's probably gonna be like this for a while. Would it be warranted to go and just use a full restore here so that I don't have to deal with, like, any of this? I've got full restores. I should have, like, 20 of these. I got 16 full restores. Probably a little bit wasteful, but, I don't really want to deal with a Dream Eater. Yeah, take that, Snarl. Hypnosis is gonna miss again eventually. Oh, my special attack went down now, too. Okay then, in that case. I don't really want to switch in. Should I? No. Stream Crow, you at least have multi-scale. You're almost level 61, and Hypnosis is gonna hit. I will just keep dropping revives. I mean, like, full heals or awakenings or whatever, until Hypnosis misses, because it's only 60% accurate. Oh, status heal, I'm in the wrong pocket. I was gonna say, I thought I had a lot of the, like, Malisadas and whatnot. I got 2 of them. Alright, and you're going to drop my special attack further, which doesn't really matter. And should I set up... I feel like I shouldn't set up the Dragon Dances here. I'll set up a Dragon Dance. Assuming I'm allowed. I'm not allowed! Alright. This is a fight that I'm going to win, but it is a question of how long it is going to take. Because, I can stall. I have a lot of ways to stall this fight out. Probably more ways to stall this fight out than you have power points on Hypnosis. I'm just putting that out there. I've got 3 full heals, so I've got one more big Melisada. Thanks, Wike, I guess. You know your boss. And, we're going to stop. Scratchy can't do anything, it seems. We're just gonna stop dealing with this for as long as it takes. I think if I'm able to get a Dragon Dance off, really. What is this, like 5 in a row? If I'm able to get a Dragon Dance off, I should be fast enough that I can just go first. And I would think that a fly coming from this thing is gonna be enough to take out what's left of Hypno. Because Hypno is only at, like, what, 60%? So, let's see, the full heal. Oh, I've also got Heal Powder. That's a happiness thing. I don't have any happiness evolutions or happiness, like, return moves or anything like that, so I'm okay with dropping one of those once in a while. My team should be at pretty much max happiness right now, because I've been walking around with them for a while. I've had some KOs, but not too many in the grand scheme of things. I'm surprised I still have special attack left to go down. By the way. Dragon Dance. Can I, for like the 3rd or 4th or something time? Alright, finally Hypnosis misses. Finally gonna get this off. I'm gonna go from the slowest one on the field. Oh, Scrafty was slower. I'm going to go from the 2nd slowest one on the field to probably the fastest one on the field. And then, like, Fly is going to be super effective on Scrafty, so there's that. We're going to avoid the attack. Fly is going to land, I hope. Thank you. And finally, Hypno is going to go down. Alright, so I'd love it if I never had to deal with that again. You were going to Snarl. And my, Brookfish. Alright, so that's that weird psychic fish, right? I think. Should I go and use just, like, a max potion or something? I've got 35 HP to heal, so I guess I will use a max potion. Fabi, you better give me a lot of lunch money for this when we're done here. Because this has been a massive waste of time and also of healing items. Snarl. Alright, so I'm still in the green now. That's fine. Let's see. I'm predicting a +1 Fly is going to take down Scrafty also. Psychic Fangs, Snarl. Has my special attack finished going down? Am I at -6 now? Can it not go any lower? Alright, goodbye, Scrafty. I'm gonna grow to level 61 there. I will definitely take that. Look at that attack stat, 235. Times 1.5 at the moment is gonna be 347? I think 347. Alright, so that's it for Streamer Crow. Sorry to hear that. You definitely put up quite a fight. Fusra Dot, no, you're a fighting type. We're not gonna throw you out against a psychic type. Although you can probably swallow with Psychic Fangs now, to be honest. Anyway, Shinotic. Alright, so are you a Psychic Grass? I keep thinking you're Fairy, and you keep turning out not to be Fairy. You're not Psychic, because I can damage you with Draco Meteor. Oh no, that might be against Brookfish. I think Shinotic might be fair because it says Flash Cannon is super effective. Let's use Flash Cannon. I've used Ice Beam a lot. I'm tired of seeing its animation. Let's do something different, and should do about the same amount of damage regardless. Alright, that did a lot less damage than I thought it was going to with a Choice Specs on. Wow, okay. I should have used Draco Meteor on Brookfish then, if that was going to be the case. So I think I might need to revive someone, and that someone is probably going to be Birdbrain. I think I'm going to revive Birdbrain. One, because I really do want Birdbrain to actually get experience from this fight, but also because I don't think either of these can really do anything to Bird Brain. So we have a physical Psychic Water type and just a Grass type who just kind of tanks forever. So I think we're going to go and Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, Pico, you can just unfortunately be a meat shield for a turn. And then I can finish healing Bird Brain, and then I think this fight can be done. How long has this fight been going on? This has been like 20 minutes of real time so far. Alright, yeah, use Dazzling Gleam, there's nobody there to take it. Let's see, I guess I could turn on the experience share. But I don't, let's use Fly on Shinotek. That should take care of at least probably the one who's going to be a little bit more annoying status-wise. And we're going to flinch, and you're going to put me to sleep again. I hate everything. Why do I even play video games? In that case, should I full restore? The thing is, Spore has, like, infinite accuracy. Or 100% accuracy, anyway. Should I use a Roto Boost? I'm gonna use a Roto Boost. This is kind of a weird time to use it. Like, you would have thought that I should have used this at the beginning of the fight. But I don't really feel like dealing with Spore and being slower than Spore and all that. Let's see. Now I will use a full restore. And hopefully now, like, I'll be faster than both of these guys. I'll be able to go before Bruxish can use Waterfall and flinch me, or use Psychic Fangs and flinch me. And, you don't know that I'm awake, so you're not gonna use Spore. And now I'm gonna use Fly, and we're gonna go and, hit Shinotek. Bruxish is still faster than me, I swear to God. Alright, thank you for not flinching me. We can go and, avoid the Dazzling Gleam, and we can avoid the Waterfall, and we can take care of the Shinotek. Thank you. Goodbye. Great! Why wouldn't it? Yeah. So, Effect Spore has a 30% chance of going off, with a 10% each chance of, Poison, Paralysis, and Sleep. Poison is not applicable because I'm a Steel type, but of course it was gonna put me to sleep, because that's just how this fight works. Alright. Do I want to use another full restore, or should I try, like, Psychic Fangs? Who can probably take a Psychic Fangs? Streamback Cloak can probably take a Psychic Fangs. Honestly, Lord Picor probably can too. But I have the boosts, and I feel like I might as well use them. And because I don't think you can put me to sleep, and I think that's the last time I'm gonna have to deal with sleep, we can just do this. I think Waterfall is like a 4-hit KO on me right now, and, I could Toxic you and just stall forever. That might not be the worst idea. I will be using Fly on you after this, so I'm gonna be wasting a couple turns in the air. Don't flinch me. Thank you. Let's see, as long as I'm not falling victim to a critical hit, I think I should be able to take another Waterfall, head up into the air, and waste a pair of turns on Toxic. Toxic damage building up, thank you. Alright, so we're going to be up in the air. Poison is going to start doing damage. We're going to avoid your next Waterfall. You're going to take some Fly damage. This should do something, and the Poison's going to take you down this turn. Alright, great.
That was really annoying. We are never going to speak of this again. I want to see how much lunch money I get. Alright, and you're still imitating him. So, 21,000 Poké Dollars for winning. Not terrible. That's a couple of full heals. I don't know if it really is going to subsidize all the ones that I wasted in that fight. I'll have you know that defeating me won't do you any good anyway. The Ultra Wormhole has resonated with the boss's ideology and has gathered the toughest, meanest villains from many other worlds. So, like, is this gonna be a gauntlet of, like, Giovanni and Archie and Maxie and what's his name? Cyrus and Colress and Getsus and all those lunatics? That would be neat. Although for now, they seem content to just do whatever research they wish, using the technology of the Aether Paradise. Alright, so enjoy your futile efforts. That was unusually brief for Faba, for being honest. Usually he talks way more than that. Is Lily gonna heal me if I talk to her? Lily? No, not healing me? Alright, so I'm gonna go fly back to the Pokemon Center and heal, and then I'm gonna end this off here. So, my name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. I think here is a perfectly serviceable Pokemon Center. Next time, we're gonna head into the mansion, and we're gonna see just how many Team Rocket and whatever other fights are in store for us, because I have no idea if this is gonna be a 1-video thing or like a 5-video thing, or possibly even longer. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, for some definition of enjoyed, and I will see you all later.